The boots are Soviet-made. No, maybe Czech. The trousers are Soviet. The weapon, Soviet. The belt, Soviet. The jacket, Soviet. You can see from the buttons. The magazine, Soviet. The backpack, Soviet. The pakol, the Afghan cap, and this here's a real Afghan.
There were also resistance fighters for whom no US help arrived, like those in Panjshir, a valley in the northeast of the country. They had to fend for themselves, doing whatever they could to secure weapons.
Here in the valley of Panjshir, we have nothing but Soviet weapons. Weapons captured from the enemy.
Leading the Panjshir Mujahideen was a 28-year-old commander, Ahmad Shah Massood. With no support from the US, he managed the impossible. He resisted the Red Army, reputedly the most powerful force in the world.
We have no direct or indirect relations with the Americans. During the last attack, no one came to our aid. The articles in American newspapers are lies. They aren't true.
Massoud's charm, his natural charisma, and his military exploits against the Soviets made him a symbol of the Afghan resistance. He was respected as a commander and loved as a person. But apart from his strategic and military talents, he was known in Panjshir for establishing a community based on respect for Islam. Even today, he remains a legendary figure.
Ahmad Shah Massood was young, tall, handsome, with fine features. He was very charismatic and well-spoken. He had a big effect on people. He was friendly. There's no doubt that he was a gifted military strategist and an exceptional talent, but I want to stress his humanistic values. He was a great humanist. He was the most peaceful man I ever knew, but he found himself in the worst of circumstances, war. Even while Afghanistan was at war with the Soviets, he was thinking about the future, about the schools that should be built, about the education of the next generation.
I can only say positive things about Massoud. He was intelligent, sophisticated, and he never made irrational decisions. He always kept his word, however difficult that might be. He did a great deal for his people.
While Massoud fought the Red Army, life in Moscow...
I don't know what this war is about, why there have to be millions of deaths. What are we fighting for? This is their country, and I think they can take the responsibility for it themselves. They can decide their future and vote for the parties they want. Our being here makes no sense. It's a mistake.
1985 was the most atrocious year of the war in Afghanistan. Gorbachev came to stock were killed. The result was that from 1986, the resistance fighters were also active during the day. Soviet air operations only took place at night because the pilots were afraid of being shot down. So the ground troops lost their air support. and the Soviet occupation was doomed.
L'occupation soviétique était condamnée.
Commander of the 40th Army and head of all Soviet forces in Afghanistan. My mission was clear: to bring home all our troops.
How could a little valley with only 5,000 men and 700 weapons stop the Red Army, reputed to be the most powerful in the world?
It's thanks to the structure of the valley with its mountains and rivers. That was good for us and bad for the enemy.
Massood defied the Soviets for 10 years. They never managed to take his stronghold, the Panjshir Valley. He also held the key to a successful withdrawal of Soviet troops because his Mujahideen controlled part of the route linking Kabul and the USSR. His relationship to Gromov was respectful, almost friendly.
I never met Massood in Panjshir, always on neutral territory. For example, on the main road from Kabul to the Salang Pass, where the Panjshir Valley begins. We agreed on a particular site. I arrived by helicopter, and he came on horseback or by jeep, accompanied by his bodyguards.
Months after the Soviet withdrawal from Afghanistan, the Berlin Wall fell. Even in Moscow, statues were toppled. They started with that of Felix Dzerzhinsky, the founder of the Cheka, the forerunner of the KGB. The growing discontent became more and more focused on those in power in the Kremlin. One after another, Soviet socialist republics declared independence, as sponsors of a new sort of international terrorism. It's no coincidence that the country is known as the graveyard of empires. That's certainly true when it comes to the Soviet Union. 2.5 years after withdrawing its troops in December 1991, it ceased to exist.